Why do I use Tupperware in my house? Well, it's a very interesting question. Why I started using Tupperware in my house was because my mum did, and that's what I grew up with. So when I moved out of home, I couldn't handle using pegs on top of packets, and so I went out and brought a whole bunch of those like plastic takeaway containers from Coles and put all my flour and all sorts of things in those cheap little containers. And then they broke over time, and I was just spending quite a bit of money replacing them. One time rats ate through them, and another time bugs ended up in my pantry goods, that I just went, stuff it. Mum, I need the same setup that you've always had. That's worked so well my whole life. I need to have that as well. And so I decided I needed to set up my pantry. At the time I was living away in Brisbane. I got in touch with Tupperware in Brisbane and asked them, I said, how do I get Tupperware cheap? And the lady said, oh, well, you can sign up to be a consultant if you like, and you can sell the product, and you can use your profit to buy yourself Tupperware to set up your pantry, and you can get your Tupperware at a discounted price. And so that's how I started out actually filling my kitchen with Tupperware, is because I just saw this need to have a pantry that was set up nice and organized, wasn't gonna be infected by bugs or mice, and the containers were gonna last. And so that's the very first thing I did with setting up my kitchen, was my pantry. And then it sort of went from there. I started learning about vent smarts and heat and eats, and started started growing my collection with fitting out my fridge and freezer and microwave goods and stuff like that. But it all started with the vent smarts. In fact, these are the, can you see that in the video? These are the first 5 containers I ever started with. And yeah, just slowly added a different container. I think I got 2 containers once a month. So every month I would buy a square 2 and an oval 2, and I slowly built my collection. And then weeks that I had a little bit more money to spend, well, then I'd get a few more things. But that's how I ended up setting up my pantry. And now my pantry has over 50 modular mates, and everything's got a place. I can see exactly how much stuff is in each container, and it just I absolutely love my Tupperware pantry, and I wouldn't dream of having second class containers in my pantry ever again. Once you're set up with Tupperware, you're set up with life. So long story short, to answer the question, why is Tupperware so important in my home? Well, that's because I just see the benefit of if you're spending money on food, you want that food to last until you're ready to use that food. And so things like modular mates and vent smarts, they really do that for you. The other reason why I like to use Tupperware in my home is because not all plastic is safe to use, especially when it comes to heating up the plastic, so like heating things in the microwave. So I want to look after my health, and so I'm very wary of drinking out of a water bottle that's hot from the hot summer's day or something like that. I want it to either be glass or from a plastic that's safe to use. And knowing me and my habits of dropping things all the time, well, a glass bottle's not going to really do the trick for me. So a Tupperware water bottle, I know, and I can have a peace of mind that that plastic is healthy for me to drink my water from. So yeah, value for money was the first one. So like the lifespan of the food lasts until you're ready to use that food. Value for money. And then health, so the quality of the plastic. But also the third one, I guess, but it also sort of fits into the first one, value for money. The products are going to last my whole life pretty much, and if they break, I have that security of knowing that there's that long warranty, the lifelong warranty, so I don't have to stress about that. So yeah, that's pretty much in a nutshell why Tupperware is so important to me in my home. I'm sure there's hundreds of other reasons, but I'm literally just rambling off honest ideas here for this video, just to share with you my heart as to why I feel Tupperware is important for my home, and if you have those similar values, then I can see how Tupperware would be important for your home too. So I hope that this video is a little bit helpful and gives you a little bit of insight as to how Tupperware can be beneficial.